Hello and welcome to the Toronto Rock Athletic Centre here in Oakville, Ontario for the final regular season game of the inaugural season of the Arena Lacrosse League. And this one will feature the Paris RiverWolves and the Toronto Monarchs. Lance Wynn alongside the crew at JVI Productions. Glad to have you with us here as we get set to wrap up the regular season and head into playoffs. And these two teams, of course, this game will not have any impact on the playoff race. Toronto will be finishing third. Paris will walk away with the fifth spot. Just underway here, our officials for today's game. It's Roger Nurse, the veteran. He is the crew chief. John Sutcliffe and Mike Sullivan round out the crew of three. Underway here as Paris has possession. Brett Albacus will give it up and get off. Offense on the floor, Dan Keene, as he's knocked, ball still loose, scooped up there by Jordan Critch. He loses it, and Paris regains. They'll set the offense. Jamie McMahon, shake and bacon, back to the top. Long shot goes off ahead and errant, and back come the Monarchs. Patrick Miles, strong to the net, can't finish. Big save there by Rance Vigneault, the starting goaltender for the RiverWolves. Paris setting things up. Connor Brown kicking it back to the top. Big shot there from Dan Keene. Goes wide, scooped by the Monarchs. And here they come in transition. Adam McGordy will give it up and get off. Seth Laidlaw sets it back to the top. And Mike Teeter back to Laidlaw. Laidlaw weaving around the top. Good defense by the RiverWolves. And running through the crease, so turnover, and Paris will have it. Liam Patton will flip. He'll get off, and it's Andy Campbell working along the sideboards. Roll, kick out. Big hard bounce shot there from Braden Curran. Just underway here. Just under 13 minutes to go. Opening quarter, no score. Final regular season game. Monarchs working it around the horn. Kick it back out off the boards, and ball is loose. RiverWolves scoop that up. Callum Jones had himself an outstanding game yesterday. Just 18 years old and already very impressive. RiverWolves now set up the offense. Spencer Pike. And now they've got their full five out there. Mike Burke kicking up. That's lost and scooped up by Craig Wendy, starting goaltender for the Monarchs. Dustin Caravello, he'll wait for the rest of the Monarchs attack. To the top in Laidlaw. Working along that side is Teeter, kicked out, ball errant. And the RiverWolves bring it back. Blaze McCullough has a lane. Fakes in, big guy kicks in. Good strip there, though, by Dustin Caravello. And that ball will go into the Monarchs bench, and it will remain Toronto ball. Matt Lyons working the boards. Wrapped up with two defenders on him. Makes a good fake. Spins. And a good bounce shot. Stop, though. And a rebound. Another big stop there by Vigneault. Ball loose, battling along the boards. Doesn't go over the timeline. Monarchs regain. Nick Graspy with Callum Jones all over him. And he goes back at him and took exception And it looks like there's certainly going to be one penalty at the very least. And Nick Graspy's going to go for retaliating. Didn't like the way Callum Jones treated him and decided to take an extra shot. So he'll spend 2 minutes in the penalty box, and the RiverWolves will have their first power play of the game. Mike Burke will set things up at the top. Around the horn. Right shooter, right crease. Get in, good underhand shot, but stopped. Andy Campbell couldn't find the mark. Wendy with a big save. Back in transition, Monarchs. And they score. So Jordan Critch, one of the best transition men in the ALL, scores, and it's 1-0 for Toronto. So Jordan Critch gets the Monarchs on the board. They lead this one 1-0 here. Draw won by the RiverWolves, and they will wait for their attack. Connor Brown. And he will converse, and looks like back to the top, and Matt Lyons, quarterback. Dipping in, moving, screen set on the roll. Cutter doesn't go. Vigneault scoops that up in his crease. RiverWolves with possession. Rob Codger will bring it up over the timeline and give it up and get off. Teams playing at 4-on-4 here. Down low, Cutter. Pass goes errant, and the Monarchs have it. Tyler Ferreira. Lead pass is up ahead, but corralled there by John Ray. And a big collision inside. That's going to be crease ball. And Paris will have it going the other way. 11 seconds left in the Monarchs penalty. Paris will then go on the power play. Apologize, flip that around. Paris with a man short. Now the Monarchs on a power play as their penalty has expired. Albicus, good underhand, but a bigger save from Wendy. And in transition now, the Monarchs will set things up with 12 seconds left in their power play. Matt Lyons, the right shooter. And that one's picked off, so a little too lackadaisical there. Connor Brown, big defender, good shot, big save from Wendy. And teams are 5 aside as the penalty has elapsed, all even. Flip pass over to Seth Laidlaw. He corrals it, brings it back to the top. Reed Board. Working, fakes it, gives it back to Laidlaw. Laidlaw cross-court pass. Working the left side, time winding down, big shot, good save from Vigneault. RiverWolves with possession. 7:35 left in the opening quarter, 1-0 for the Monarchs. And good check there from Adam McGordy as he take down Andy Campbell. Working it around just above the dot. Mike Melenchenko had a good game last night. It was a tough loss for the RiverWolves. They fell 15-14 to Six Nations in overtime. In a thriller. Paris had a chance to potentially pull even into the third spot with a sweep of these two weekend games, but that didn't happen. Good move and a good underhand shot there from Luke Laidlaw. And he gives the Monarchs a 2-0 lead. So 2-0 the score, 6:50 left in the opening quarter here. Final game of the regular season of the All. These two teams split during the regular season, each winning one. So Liam Patton, the draw man for the RiverWolves, and it's the Monarchs that come away with it, courtesy Mike O'Gillen in the circle. Monarchs will start down in the left crease. Jordan Dance. And it's back out. Good spin and roll there from Matt Lyons, and a pass and shot wide. Monarchs pick up the loose ball, and Jordan Dance comes around, curls, got room, and a good shot and goal as Jordan Dance gets the job done, working around the crease, curling in and burying it over the shoulder of Vigneault, and it's 3-0 for the Monarchs. If you look at Jordan Dance's numbers, 23 goals, 22 assists coming into this game. So one of the main offensive weapons for the Monarchs as a battle raging on in that face-off circle. Good loose ball pick up by Jones, and a good lead pass ahead. And a good inside-out move there from Connor Brown as he sneaks one through. And in a blink of an eye, it's 3-1 for the Monarchs. So 3-1 to score, 5:56 to go here in the opening quarter. Monarchs in the lead. Paris finally got on the board, and they will regain possession here and lose it as the Monarchs with a good strip. But they go back over the timeline, so it will be Paris ball, and we will have ourselves an officials timeout, and we'll be back with more action. They'll get a fresh 30 and go back to work on offense. Board. And hits a cutter. And it was Andrew Bennett. Tried to spin, ball loose. And using his foot there to trap it was Braden Kern, and he will continue to harass Dustin Caravello. Nick Graspy. And possession called. It will be Paris ball on the turnover. And Liam Patton flip off, and here comes the Paris offense. McMahon down low. Mike Burke can't find the mark on that pass. Here come the Monarchs. Good lead pass. And off the post is Jason Crawford. But the Monarchs will regain possession on the loose ball. And they will set it up. 4 minutes left here, opening quarter. 3-1 in favor of the Monarchs. Matt Lyons back to the top. Around the horn. Extra man out. Delayed penalty. Big shot. And a reset. Monarchs retain possession. Pass down low. They still have it. And again, close to a turnover. Laidlaw battling in the corner, but the RiverWolves finally come up with it. And the Monarchs will go on their second power play of the game. So it looks like Ryan Frezovic will spend 2 minutes in the box or less. And here come the Monarchs leading by 2 here as they work it around the horn. Jordan Dance, quarterback. Working the left shooter back over to the right side. Cross-court pass goes there, but scooped up and back to the top. Edging in, big shot, Jordan Dance. And he will record his second of the game and give the Monarchs a 4-1 lead as they capitalize on the power play. So Monarchs with a 3-goal lead here as Gillen and Patton set to square off in the circle again. And it looks like Gillen flinched just a little too early, so the RiverWolves will get possession and go to work now on offense. Brown will get it on the half boards, work his way in close to the dotted circle, loses it, and a battle ensues with Patrick Miles in there doing the dirty work for the Monarchs. Shot clock winding down to 2, and the Monarchs will get possession. Patrick Miles does a good job to get it over the timeline, and he will flip and let the offense go to work. Reed Board, cross-court pass. Tyler Ferreira looking back in the corner to Laidlaw. Laidlaw coming around, looking for an opening. Good defense from Paris. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Bounce shot. Good save by Vigneault. And the ball is loose. Monarchs had possession briefly, but now the RiverWolves scoop it, pick it up, and head on the attack. Travis Burton will go into a crowd of Monarchs, pull it out, and he will find Brendan Curran. Curran, cross-court pass. Good job by Ryan Carruthers to hold on to that. Good move, but a better save from Wendy. RiverWolves regain possession, and it's back to the top. Campbell working it. Ball loose now, and that's going to be a push in the back, and the ball will stay here. Possession RiverWolves. Campbell to the half boards, and a good pass there from Melenchenko, but Wendy grabbed it and sent the Monarchs on their way. Adam McGordy, defensive specialist, finds a cutting dance as he has 2 defenders on him, does a good job to flip it up and over. And good swim move there by Matt Lyons. Laidlaw, good move, ducking, underhand, big save from Vigneault. Under a minute to go now in the opening quarter. 4-1, RiverWolves trailing. Jamie McMahon will fake the flip and give it off. Spencer Pike gets a screen on the roll, can't find the pass. Couldn't get it to Connor Brown. Wendy up ahead. And John Ray will come across. Good bounce shot, better save though. McMahon fighting for the loose ball. It's chipped away. And that's going to be Monarchs ball on the possession. Back to work, 22 seconds left. Monarchs are going to hold for the final shot of the quarter. Caravello back, extra man on, shots wide, and it's going to go over the timeline. So with 7.2 seconds left, as things are getting a little rough, looks like there's going to be a couple of penalties. Patrick Miles in the middle of things. So Dan Keene will set things up as time is winding down. Keene across, winding out of time. Underhand drag move, underhand goes wide. So a good attempt from Melenchenko, but he can't find the mark. And at the end of the opening quarter, it's the Toronto Monarchs 4 and the Paris RiverWolves 1. Welcome back as we get set for second quarter action. The Monarchs leading 4-1 over the Paris RiverWolves. I'd like to mention head coaches for Paris, of course, Jamie Dubrick and Bobby DeBrone. DeBrone was pressed into action in yesterday's game. Off the draw, good flip across. Paris attacking, and a big goal there to start things off from Connor Brown, his second of the game. And in a blink of an eye, the deficit is cut in half. It's 4-2. So back to the circle in Patton and Gillen. Expect this battle to rage on throughout the game, as it is Toronto that will get possession. Working those half boards there is Dustin Caravello, and he flips it up and over and changes now. Full 5 out there offensively for Toronto. Good move, and working in was Matt Lyons, and back in is the call, so Toronto will regain possession. Lions more than a handful, one-on-one, tough to cover without any help. Dance, working the top. Back down, good pass, quick stick chance by Luke Laidlaw. But Vigneault, good save. Here come the RiverWolves. And again, interference called on the possession, and it'll go back to Toronto. So a bit careless here as it's 5 aside, 2 men in the box. And a good screen and roll and a better move and goal, courtesy Andrew Bennett, but crease is called. And the score will remain 4-2, and Paris will bring it back up. Brown has both RiverWolves goals. McMahon cut in looking for an opening, finds a seam, can't find the net though, as the rebound goes right to the Monarchs and they break out. Jordan Critch, as we alluded to earlier, one of the best transition men in the all. Good hard bounce shot there. And picking up his own rebound was Lions, and it's back to the top. Good hesitation move and a better goal from Tyler Ferreira as he split the middle, went down and beat Vigneault with a low bounce. And the Monarchs now get that goal back. They lead 5-2. So a back and forth game here as the Monarchs seem to have an answer every time the RiverWolves pull close. And with 13:06 to play in the second, it's a 5-2 lead. Out of the circle, Paris will get it. And good headman pass up ahead. Better save from Wendy. Good try there from Melenchenko. And the Monarchs will bring it back. Mike Teeter using his speed, looking for an opening and a good pass. Quick stick doesn't go. But Monarchs will get a fresh 30 as they pull it out. On the half-board, screen and roll. Good underhand shot from Bennett. But Vigneault up to the task. Back out, fresh 30 again, Monarchs. Working way outside. On the right side now. And curling around back to the top, and a good bounce shot from Laidlaw. But that's smothered by Vigneault, and here come the RiverWolves. Aaron pass, though, and they will give it right back to Toronto. John Ray. He will dump it down to the right crease, hustle off, and here come the offensive attack of the Monarchs. Laidlaw and another interference call. Possession goes to Paris, and it got some room to go. And it's Travis Burton. He gives it off, but not able to corral that was Braden Curran. And Curran colliding with Wendy, and that's going to cost him 2 minutes into the box for goaltender interference in any sport. So back to work here go the Monarchs. Jordan Dance, the quarterback. Working the two-man game. Right side, Dance takes a high shot from Jones, and that Callum Jones is all over. Good speed and a good save from Vigneault. And that's going to flip up. So Jones with numbers, 2-on-1, and he'll let it go top corner. Callum Jones. Had a chance to chit-chat with Callum Jones' dad, who's thrilled that his son's playing in the All and getting an opportunity to showcase his skills with hopes that he can build on that, get a little exposure, and take it to the next level. 11:13 to go here in the second quarter. Monarchs with the ball now and holding a 2-goal lead. Make changes. So Jordan Critch now will quarterback the offensive attack here as they work the right side over to the left shooter and back. Good backhand pass. Critch giving it over, and a bullet from the right shooter. So an excellent job of working it around. Dustin Caravello. 10:45 to go here in the second quarter. Lance Wynn alongside JVI Productions. Thanks for tuning in to the final regular season game in the inaugural season of the Arena Lacrosse League. Playoffs set to go Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the final for the All Cup. As that ball goes loose, battle near the boards. Mike Teeter in the middle there, and Blair Goss working it, but the Monarchs come away with it. Back to the top, good hard shot from Jordan Critch. But Vigneault again, steady between the pipes, and here come the RiverWolves. Liam Patton gets knocked over, and here come the Monarchs now with numbers. Whistle goes, and a good fake, and a good save, crease called. Dustin Caravello was looking for his second of the game, but denied by Vigneault. Dan Keene been quiet up to this point. Of course, Keene, one of the leading scorers for Paris. Good break, bounce shot, stopped though. No 5-hole on Wendy, and it's loose, so Paris will regain possession. Good pass down on the crease, but Melenchenko couldn't handle it, and here come the Monarchs now. Jason Crawford to Tyler Ferreira. Ferreira this time, no transition. He will give it up and get off. And looking for an opening and a bounce shot, but stop was Mike Teeter. Vigneault outlet pass to Jones. Jones with good speed. Finds a cutter, and McMahon can't handle the pass. RiverWolves corral the loose ball, looking down low. Had an opening, but it got closed quick. McMahon, right side, curling across the top, dumps it back, and the backhand attempt with time winding down from Mike Burke is raiding the numbers of Wendy, and back come the Monarchs. Critch will give it off. Teeter looking for an opening, gets his way in there, but had no angle. Back come the RiverWolves. Good speed in Albicus, and he takes it in top corner over the shoulder of Wendy. 8:15 to go here. 6-4 the score in favor of the Monarchs. As this game continues to go, it looks like jumping early was Patton, and it's Monarchs ball. Seth Laidlaw, of course. Seth and Luke Cousins. And a good sidearm from Dan, stopped though by Vigneault. And he will kickstart the offense. An outlet to Jones. Jones will trot it over, has no numbers. As it goes with the underneath move, tries for the top corner. It goes wide. And Paris cannot hang on to it. Flipped up. And some extracurriculars going on behind the play. Quarterback this possession here. 5-on-5. Luke Laidlaw gave it off to Dance. Dance cut through the middle, got good moves, and he tries to go over the shoulder of Vigneault. Instead, some exceptions going on inside the crease as Ryan Farazik, looks like Farazik and Nick Graspy going toe-to-toe, and a good time to break things up. And things will always get extra rough when it involves the goaltenders. So as we sort things out here, it looks like the end result is going to be 5-on-5, coincidental fighting majors and roughing penalties. So each team with 3 in the box, and back to work with 7:15 to go here in the opening half. Good shot though, right on the logo by Mike Burke. So Monarchs now with a 2-goal lead here. So Matt Lyons at the top, back out, and a good screen and roll and a good fake from Andrew Bennett. But it's crease ball, and that will be our officials' timeout. 6:45 to go, second quarter. RiverWolves with the ball. Around the horn they go, 5-on-5. Spencer Pike swung around, top corner, rocket, Dan Keene, and he had been quiet up to this point, but he finds the top corner, and the RiverWolves close to within 1 now, trailing 6-5. 6-5 to score here as the Monarchs get possession, and they will set up in the offensive end. Dancing around out of trouble was Jordan Critch, and he will set things up at the top. Some players in the all very good two-way players, others defensive specialists, others just playing offense. So a little bit of a mix here. Flipped up, looking for an opening. Overhand shot goes wide. Shot clock's going to wind down, and the RiverWolves will get possession. And it looks like a penalty is going to be called on the play as they work it around the horn and give everyone a touch before they close in and gap it. Looking for an opening on that right shooter spot. Laidlaw, and he drives in but couldn't find the back of the net as Vigneault makes a good save. Paris now will bring it up and look to kill some time. So Braden Curran will give it off, and Keene, who one-on-one is a handful himself, as he will go to work on 2 Monarch defenders with 3 seconds left, and he will flip it up. And he will hustle off as there's just over a minute left in the power play for the Monarchs. Tyler Ferreira will work the top here on the power play number 2 unit. And a good shot, but a better save. Teeter with the shot, and Monarchs regain the rebound and possession. Around the horn it goes, working the 2-man game. Sliding over and then back to the top, can't find an opening, but a good shot goes off a defender's shoulder, and was McMahon and out of play. Fresh 30 for the Monarchs. 22 seconds left in the power play. Good cross skip pass back to the shooter spot. That was blocked and stopped by Vigneault. Crease ball. RiverWolves now will get it up and go on the attack. Albicus got numbers as he tries to thread the needle. Interference called, and it will go back the other way with the Monarchs. Joe Ray gives it off, and trying to sneak that underhand through was Luke Laidlaw. Fortunate enough, the Monarchs get the rebound, but just 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Another shot goes wide. 5 on the shot clock. Got to get one off. They do, right on, as Vigneault will get it, corral it, and send the outlet. Travis Burton, 4 long strides, covers a lot of ground. His shot's wide, though, and goes into the screen. No reset, and it looks like it will go to the Monarchs as they scoop it up. Got numbers now. Good defense by McMahon, potentially saving a goal there. Staying in the middle, and the RiverWolves go back on the attack, looking for the give and go. And the big man, Rob Codger, late stick check, foiled that attempt, and the Monarchs come back with 3 minutes left to go in the first half. Caravello at the top, to the shooter, give and go. Down low, quick stick, stopped by Vigneault. So Vigneault has been awfully good in this low-scoring game here. McMahon working the boards, gives it up and gets off. He's had himself a solid game. Wasn't in the lineup last night against Six Nations. Dan Keene gets a screen, looks for the roll, the top, kicks it out, left shooter, shot and stopped. So a good try, but not able to come away with anything, as the Monarchs now will go to work on offense with just over 2 minutes to go. 6-5 the game right now in favor of Toronto. Looking to add to that before the end of the half. Coming around, and underhand was Mike Teeter. Lead pass, good hands, Keene working one-on-one, waiting for help, dumps it off, and a big save from Wendy. But the RiverWolves corral it, and they will get a fresh 30. Back to the top. Keene from the shooter, underhand, stopped by Wendy. And from his knees, outlet pass. And chasing it down is Jordan Critch. No numbers, 2-on-3, and he will look and pull it out to Laidlaw. Seth Laidlaw, hold on to it, kill some time. 10 seconds left in the shot clock. 38 seconds left in the opening half. Laidlaw, high stick, and that's going to be called as Callum Jones, a little too overly enthusiastic, got the stick up, and he will find himself in the penalty box as he nullifies the late power play. So 29 seconds left here, 6-5 in favor of Toronto. They can hold for the final shot. As timeout is called. I went flying. So around the horn it goes, and time winding down for Critch. Under 10 seconds to go. To the top, down low, quick stick bounce shot, and a good one. So Luke Laidlaw, who you saw on the bottom part of your screen get cross-check, comes back and buries a quick stick, and it's 7-5 for Toronto with 3.7 seconds to go in the second. So that nullifies the one penalty, and we're back to a 4-on-4 situation with 3.7 seconds to go in the second. Gillen and Patton, and they will just let the time wind down, and that will do it for the opening half. 7-5 the score in favor of the Monarchs as we get set to start the third quarter here. 7-5 in favor of the Monarchs. RiverWolves win the draw and flip it back out. It's going to be Albicus, comes in with a bounce shot that goes wide, and it got touched, so Paris will regain. Big man working around, good help from John Ray, and back come Toronto. Ray will leg it out and over the timeline. He will give it to the offense, and it'll be Dustin Caravello quarterback the attack. 5-on-4 power play for 50 seconds. That goes off the post. And Dance will corral the loose ball, and it's a fresh 30 for Toronto. Around the horn it goes. Skip pass to the top. Back to the right shooter. Can't find the mark. And Caravello. Shot there from Dance. Save by Vigneault. And the outlet. to Rob Codger. Codger up ahead to Brown. Brown has a man on him, but he gets away, comes out. Had an opening, but he's going to work some clock and loses it, so Toronto has it. Patrick Miles will get it up, and it'll be Tyler Ferreira. Ferreira's already pocketed one goal in this game. Back to the top, looking for a man inside. Can't hold on to it, was Dance, underhand wide. And Paris has it. Lead pass, up ahead. We'll have to find out. So it looks like Ryan Vrenzovic will now be wearing number 11, as the Monarchs now will come away with it. Bounce pass, doesn't have a lot of bounce on the carpet, but no problem for Laidlaw, as he will get it up, get it over, set the screen, working the two-man game, and the flip back down from Matt Lyons. And Laidlaw cutting through the middle, bounce shot comes up with nothing but screen, and it'll be Paris ball. 12.5 to go, third quarter. 7-5 to score in favor of Toronto. Paris will set things up. Andy Campbell out there with Mike Burke and Dan Keene. Pass in the middle. And a loose ball's picked up by the Monarchs. They had numbers briefly, 2-on-2. Now they've got one jumping into the rush, and a good pass. Jordan Dance snuck that in. Short side coming across his body. Dance did a good job to jump into the rush and go hard to the net and find the mark. Paris, though, come away with the draw this time, and they have possession. Travis Burton. He will give it up and get off. Keene dumps it, looking on the screen and roll. Flip coming, diving shot, stopped by Wendy. Goes off the shoulder pad, off the screen, and it'll remain Paris ball. Connor Brown. The left side, shooter curling around. Some speed, good defense though from the Monarchs. Keene, good fake, and the rollout. Doesn't pitch it back, does now. And looking down low, quick stick, can't find the mark though, and that's going to be interference. It's going to be Toronto ball. Not necessarily a bad play from Spencer Pike. Slows down any kind of fast break the Monarchs could have had. And it's going to be Laidlaw. Laidlaw, Dance, and Board. And good overhand, but it can't find the mark. Wide, ball loose, and it's scooped up by Verazovic. Verazovic will work it. Doesn't have the numbers. And he will dump it out. And played there by Andy Campbell. And he will bring it in. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Flip back. Underhand. Right on the numbers. Easy stop for Wendy. And the outlet pass. Deep one. To Tyler Ferreira. Ferreira will hold. Curl. Dump it. And he will remain on offense. Transition. Cutter wide open. But Mike Teeter couldn't handle the pass, and it'll go back the other way, Paris ball. Albicus, flip, he'll retreat off. Pike will set up in the offensive end. Curran to the shooter, Keene, weaves, sidearm, wide. And Monarchs are going to get a break here. And it's going to be not able to scoop it up was Andy McGordy. But they get possession anyway on the shot clock violation. Jordan Dance. Gives it up. Laidlaw. So Graspy will remain out there working the left side. Good spin move and sidearm, but Vigneault caught up in his pad, made the save, and edging in. Skeen, that shot is wide. And will go all the way over the timeline. So the Monarchs will scoop it up and work some time unless a trailer comes in and they can get some numbers. Board with the defender on him will pull it up and out and flip it. 15 left in the shot clock. 8.5 to go, third quarter, double team. So Matt Lyons doing a lot of the grunt work there as the shot clock will wind down and Paris will regain possession with just under a minute to go in the power play. Keene. Burke and Keene, two-man game. Gonna cross left side now. Crease has an opening. Back to the shooter's spot. Underhand goes no place from Andy Campbell. Ball loose though, and shot clock violation. Ball will go to Toronto. Wendy with the outlet. Dustin Caravello will get it over the timeline. And working with under 20 seconds to go in the man short. 10 on the shot clock as they're going to wind it down. Just 1 second differential, just a little less than that as going to work now. Laidlaw tries the underhand, doesn't go, but penalty now is over and teams back to 5 aside. 8-5 to score. 7:10 left here in the third quarter. Spencer Pike, a handful one-on-one, curling around, gets a screen, finds the middle, good save from Wendy, and ball loose, and going the other way now is Caravello. Looking for numbers, finds a cutter, good handle on the pass, off the post though. So managed to beat Vigneault, but not the iron. Ray turns it over, and back the other way is Connor Brown. He's going to take it in. Good stick check from Nick Graspy. And Toronto now will bring it over the timeline and set things up on offense. 3-goal lead here, 6.5 to go. Lyons gives it off. Finding a screen was Dance, and he picks the corner with a good overhand. Jordan Dance, 4th goal of the game. 9-5 in favor of the Monarchs. Final regular season game of the year here in the Arena Lacrosse League's inaugural season. Playoffs begin Thursday with quarterfinal action right here at the Toronto Rock Athletic Center. It will be the number 4 and number 5 seeds going head-to-head on Thursday, and the number 4 and number 6 seeds. So it looks like, 3 and 6, which will be Monarchs against the Timbermen, and the Shockwave and the RiverWolves. Laidlaw, good hard shot, but it's right on the chest there, as again Callum Jones finishing his check. And the RiverWolves come up with it now, down by 4. Melenchenko has been awfully quiet, takes a late hit. Ball is loose, picked up there by the big man Andy Campbell. As they reset, Campbell backhand pass out. And a good drive, but Wendy, big save. That, of course, with 5:05 to go, looks like it will be the officials' timeout, and we'll be back after this break. Teams at full strength as they work the left side. Lions over to Bennett. Bennett cross-court feed. Good move from Board. Can't find an opening. And his pass, Bennett loses it. Stick check. Favors return, and that's going to be a big slash as Jones took one in the leg. And there's not going to be a whole lot of disputing that call as Andrew Bennett is. Paris now with 45 seconds to go in the power play. They'll work it around the horn. Trying to cross-court pass. It's picked up and knocked down. Good flip lead pass. Corralled neatly by Caravello. Good speed. And he again will work some clock for the Monarchs as they've got 20 seconds left to kill in their penalty. Tried to do the screen and roll, and shot clock winding down. Good pass. Laidlaw fakes, late shot, but it goes wide. So good defense there as the RiverWolves come up with it. Looks like there's a broken stick on the play as Travis Burton now will slow it up. 2:20 left. Diving and scoring was Travis Burton. And that was a highlight goal. 2:18 left here in the third quarter. 9-6 Monarchs leading the RiverWolves. Battle rages on between Gillen and Patton. And Toronto will come away with it. Gillen tried to go with the behind the back drop. Lost his stick, picked it up, and retrieved the loose ball. So Gillen a beast in there as the Monarchs continue to have possession. 10 seconds left, though, on the shot clock. Not sure if they're aware as they set up. Going to have to go for a long shot, and it's blocked. And Paris will leave it, and they will now get possession. Matt Lyons with a one-man press, and he will retreat and go off. Keene. Give it up to Curran. Cross pass. Nowhere to go. Tries a dunk shot over the shoulder. Crease is called, and Toronto will take it back the other way. Miles. Flip, retreat. Teeter. He will give it up, and they will send it over to the right side. Good curl. Tried to backhand flip. Was Jordan Dance, and it will go the other way. Probably not the shot that head coach Blaine McCauley wanted from Dance. As back come the RiverWolves, big, hard overhand shot from Spencer Pike. He's got a heavy overhand. But again, Wendy's been up to most of the task. Under 25 seconds to go here in the third. So a 2-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Down to 15 on the shot clock. Working it around. Laidlaw. Back to the top. In Graspy. Graspy. Trailer coming on. Extra man. Fake. Overhand. Bounce. Wide. No reset. So it's going to be a shot clock violation. 1.2 to go. It's going to be shot all the way down. Almost caught Wendy heading back, but couldn't. 9-6 the score. So set now for the start of the fourth quarter. Trailing by 3 are the RiverWolves here to the Toronto Monarchs. Final game of the regular season. The first season of the Arena Lacrosse League. As that is won, as Brown is going to go on the attack and draw a penalty for sure on John Ray. So a good job offensively by Connor Brown to go on the attack, and all Ray could do was to give him a horse collar and wrap him up. So RiverWolves will go to the power play, trailing by 3. Round the horn it goes. Mike Keene at the top. Backhand feed, working the right side crease to the left. Keene, wrong stick hand side. Big save from Wendy. And that will remain RiverWolves ball. Looking down low. Quick stick. Good save, Wendy. So a good attempt from Melenchenko, who's been off the scoreboard here today, as working in and finishing the check are the Monarchs, but Paris will regain and get a fresh 30. So back to work on offense. Mike Burke, Keene at the top, left shooter, back to Keene. Opening, overhand, Keene finds the mark. So Dan Keene with his second of the game, and it's a power play marker that closes the gap now to 2. Back to the circle, Gillen and Patton. This time it's shot back, and it will be Toronto that has possession. Pressure by the RiverWolves, but a good job there by Cody McLeod to get it over the timeline. Monarchs set up, cross court feed, cutter, dance, goal. Good pass there from Matt Lyons to find a cutting Jordan Dance, who pockets his 5th goal of the game. 10-7 now, as the Monarchs have consistently had an answer each time the RiverWolves have closed the gap. They have brought it to within 1, but once again, Toronto getting it done when it counts. RiverWolves now back on the attack. Teams at full strength here after the Keene goal. Curling around, and not sure if that was a pass or a shot from Burke. Either way, good lead pass up ahead. And it's corralled. Good fake and move there by Tyler Ferreira, as he took the lead pass and managed to bring it in and beat Vigneault for his second of the game. 13:06 to go here in the 4th and final quarter. Remember, playoffs start Thursday. Friday's the second quarterfinal, and then it's the Final Four at the Tribute Community Centers in Oshawa. 4 top teams in the all as the RiverWolves come away with it. And a good quick shot from Liam Patton. And he sneaks one by Wendy. And it's now 11-8. So Patton will get a break after that rushing goal. It'll be Keene that steps in to the circle against Gillen. And Gillen will win it, but Keene will come away with it, takes a hard hit, and goes back over the timeline. So Toronto ball. Miles will bring it over the timeline, give it off, and he will hustle his way off and allow the Monarchs offense to go to work. Graspy over to the right side. Teeter making a move, screen and roll with Bennett. Bennett can't find the net. It's wide. Ball loose. Picked up there from Critch. Critch underhand. Stopped by Vigneault. RiverWolves can't seem to corral it, but they finally pick it up. Paris now on the attack. Rob King in trouble. Dumps it off to Keene. Keene avoids got 2 defenders on him. Dumps it out to the late man coming in. Good bounce shot. Wendy, easy pad save. Go back the other way. Keene there, scoops it up. And a fresh 30 now for Paris. 11:35 to go. 11-8. High hit, no call. Burke got off good stick check, though. Doing a good job of hustling to knock it back, killing the fast break attempt. was Curran. And now the Monarchs will set things up. Carabello will give it off. Dance now, looking for an opening left side. Cuts back to the middle, brings it underneath, tries to go short side. Nothing doing on Vino, got the shoulder up. Good speed now from Albicus, wrong stickhand side, gives it back. And nowhere to go for Curran as he will hold on to it and wait for help. Pike flips it off. Burke making a move to help. Tried to shift it over to Curran for the quick stick. Curran off the crossbar. Good overhand. And again, RiverWolves will eventually scoop it up and go back on the attack with a fresh 30. 10:15 to go here, fourth quarter. It's a 3-goal Toronto lead. RiverWolves working it around, looking for an opening. Underhand from Connor Brown. He's got 2 today, but wasn't able to beat Wendy on that one. And here come the Monarchs. Kick over, back to the top. Critch, teeter, and a reset. And once again, Callum Jones in the middle of anything going on in the defensive end for the RiverWolves, and that'll be a push, and it'll be Toronto ball. Round the horn, Bennett sees an opening, overhand, looking short side, couldn't find the mark, and that's going to be a high stick. A hard overhand. So to work on the power play, it's Matt Lyons at the right shooter. Dance at the top. They'll do the interchange. Underhand finds its way through as it sneaks through the pads of Rance Vigneault. And so back to work here with 9:06 to go in the fourth quarter. 4-goal Toronto lead. RiverWolves came close, but it'll be picked up by Gillen, and he'll do a nice move to weave through traffic, flip it up, and find his way to the bench. Offense on for the Monarchs. Tyler Ferreira gives it off. One-on-one, board. Can't find an opening, kicks it back out to Critch. Critch, he does, nice move, bounce shot. Doesn't find the mark, goes off the screen, it'll be Paris ball. Jones will bring it up. Make a good move, get it over the timeline. Looking for an opening. Door closed by John Ray. Keene will pick it up. Jones will get off, and on will come the final RiverWolves attacker. Good overhand, good save from Wendy. Keene comes through, big save from Wendy. And here come the Monarchs in transition. Numbers, 2-on-2. Good fake, hits the trailer in Laidlaw. Laidlaw will pull it out. And a wise decision with 7:40 to go here in the final quarter. Around the horn, Bennett kicks it back out. Dance, sidearm, saved by Vigneault. Loose ball is corralled and picked up. It's going to be Toronto ball as Dan Keene now set things up at the top. He'll quarterback this power play down by 4. Working the left side. Keene shifts, underhand, stopped by Wendy. Goes off the screen, and it will remain Paris ball. Keene down low to McMahon, back out to the top. Couldn't find an opening, and it's Burke. Shifting over on the interchange with Keene. McMahon, look away pass, it goes errant. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Keene, look away. Good quick stick. But Wendy in perfect position as he'll loft that down on the soft carpet, get a good bounce, but it's Vigneault that ends up on the receiving end. So the goaltenders play a little catch, and Paris comes back, and they will set things up with 1:05 to go in the power play. 5:25 to go in the final quarter. McMahon down low, had an opening, they left him. Monarchs in a triangle instead of a box, looking to gap it. Cutting in, and a good bounce shot from the big man, Connor Brown, as he completes the hat trick. Back to work in that face-off circle. This time it's Patton back in there, and he's continuing to battle with Gillen. And they're going to call a trap ball and give it to Toronto. So Mike Gillen has been good in that face-off circle. Him and Leon Patton have both had themselves a solid outing today. Dance looking for a screen, curls back to the top, finds an opening overhand, stopped by Vigneault. Rebound, clear breakaway now for Patton, and he will pull it out. And he will find one of the offensive players for Paris. Around the horn it goes. Good motion offense. Dan Keene, the man on him. Some good defensive work there from Tyler Ferreira. Lead pass to Teeter. Breakaway comes to the side. Short side goal down low on Vigneault. And give Mike Teeter some credit as he took the lead pass. 4:10 to go here. Left in the final regular season game as John Ray comes flying in like a missile. Possession called, and it'll be Paris ball. Albacus will give it up and get off. Here at the Toronto Rock Athletic Center, as that pass is picked off, be home of the quarterfinals. And lugging that way is Gillen as he tries to go over the top, but Vigneault wasn't having any of it. And back come the RiverWolves. McCullough gets pushed. Teeter on the timeline, coughs it up. Back come the Monarchs. Don't have the numbers though. So Gillies will pull things out, and they will reset with Matt Lyons. Lyons will dump it off to the right shooter spot, and then back to the top in Jordan Dance. Motion offense, Laidlaw, overhand, stopped by Vigneault. Ball loose. Picked up by the RiverWolves, and a hard hit there as Laidlaw, as you can see, both refs in a change at the other end, bullying his way in, but crease is called as there's some issues going on as in last night's loss to Six Nations. And with these two teams, you give them a chance with the extra man, and they usually make you pay. Dance at the top, working it around. Horn, quick stick attempt down low. Corralled. 10 seconds to go in the shot clock. Dance finds the mark as he beats Vigneault low stick side. And Dance continues to rack up the goals, his 6th of the game. Back to work now as Braden Curran will step in the circle with Gillen, and Gillen will win that one. But ball still loose. Dan Keene kicks it up. Teetering on the center line as the loose ball continues. Bit of a scrum. Keene in the middle, Albacus in there as well, as it's shot out and picked up by Rob King. He loses it, and Toronto will get it. 2 minutes to go here in this game as Cody McLeod bring it over, give it up, and hustle off. Teeter working the left side, gets a screen, sidearm, stopped by Vigneault. Paris picks it up, and the lob pass out to Patton. Patton, good speed, finds his way, was looking 5-hole. Wendy closed that door, and that's going to cost you a penalty for a very careless maneuver. Patrick Miles this time will be at the top. And a different looking power play unit here for these Monarchs. As you see Cody McLeod out there as well. Miles at the top. Ray can't find the handle. Under 10 seconds to go in the shot clock. Underhand, stopped by Vigneault. And RiverWolves pick it up, flip pass, picked off. So Patrick Miles doing a good job as they're just going to work some clock here. 55 seconds to go in the game. As the Monarchs will just work it around. No need to add to it. Underhand does, though, so Reed Board, with his first of the game, seals the deal. So with 42 seconds left, time's going to run down. Monarchs are going to win this one. They're going to finish with an 8-6 record, good for third spot. They will take on the Timbermen in quarterfinal action on Friday right here at the track. These RiverWolves wrap up 5-9 on the season, and they will, of course, face the St. Catharines Shockwave in the first quarterfinal on Thursday here at the track, 7 p.m. So get your tickets at arenalacrosseleague.ca and make sure you join us. With 10 seconds to go, Monarchs are just going to watch this one wind down, as does the regular season for the Arena Lacrosse League. On to playoffs, with big things to come in season 2. So there you have it. Final score 15-9 in favor of the Monarchs.